Hey, what's up? You're watching Vec. No face cam today, just us and the game. So this week's Forzathon challenge is called More Than a Feeling, where we get to do some challenges with any retro sports car. I don't know if this means you can swap around between retro sports cars. It'd be really interesting to test out. I'm actually gonna do that myself. I got a couple cars I can swap between, and this would make the challenge so much easier. So first, a quick rundown on the challenges themselves. You do have to do these in order. So of course, first of all, chapter 1, pretty hot and tempting: own and drive any retro sports car. So it doesn't really matter the year, the make, or anything, as long as it's a retro sports car. I'll be showing you how to select a retro sports car once we choose one for ourselves. So next chapter is such a wow. Kick up a cloud of smoke and power slide your way to earning a total of 9 stars from drift zones with your retro sports car. This one should be pretty easy. Even if you're not that great at drifting, it's easy to get 9 stars. As long as you're getting one, you just have to do it 9 times. It's good practice if you're not good, but if you actually are good at drifting, this should be super easy for you. Next, we got chapter 3 called To the Max. Dominate the opposition in your retro sports car by winning a road racing series event at the Asmore Heritage Circuit. And lastly, we've got chapter 4, Stoked Up. Show off your skills and entertain the crowd with your retro sports car, earning a total of 250,000 skill score. With that being said, before we go choose our cars, why don't you hit that sub button to get notified for content just like this. Like the video if you like what you see, and leave any comments below. Now let's go choose our car. So here we are in our garage, and the way you can choose a retro sports car, if you're not sure if you actually have one, you can hit right here the Y to filter if you're on Xbox, and you just go all the way down to retro sports cars right here. Select that, and now we have like everything that we can choose, and it's quite a selection. We actually have quite a few cars to choose from. So let's see, what do we have? I got the Sprinter Treno, so if you got that last week, you can use that for maybe you're drifting. I'm surprised I can't use some of the Formula Drift cars, but I could actually use the Hoonigan Twerkstallion, so let's go with that real quick. Alright, so I don't remember if I actually used this car for drifting now, but we got Pretty Hot and Tempting already done. So next challenge is earning a total of 9 stars from drift zones. Let's find a drift zone. Alright, so here we are at one of the drift zones. I would recommend one that you're familiar with, or at least one that you really like going through, just to make this so much easier for you. I'm right here by Uffington Whitehorse right here. This drift zone right here is one of my favorites. It's pretty easy and pretty quick to do. You can do it a couple of times and just make this a breeze. So let's see if the Twerkstallion can actually twerk. There's actually really nice control on the Twerkstallion. Missed out on some big points right there, but that's fine. Let's see. How many points was that? Since it's already completed, it doesn't really tell me, so keep that in mind. How many points did we get so far just from that? We got 2, okay. Alright, so let's give it another go. Let's see how we do this time. Gear 1 actually has a lot of power. So you want some low power drifts? Gear 1 is actually pretty good, to be honest. It's a lot better than I thought it would be. A lot of cars actually struggle with first gear, but if you want to get some good handling, it's not bad. But let's swap to gear 2, get a little bit more of that power slide going on, a little bit more speed. Oh, I think we can do a lot better. I'm actually very much enjoying this car right now. Okay, let's give it a go. It honestly seems like the first gear on this car is honestly the best way to go. There's a lot of slide. It breaks up almost immediately right here, but if you want to pick up on first gear and then swap to second gear, just like I did right there, that is an option right there. You can also, I think what I'm actually going to do after this run, I want to see if swapping to a different car still counts, because maybe you want to have 3 different cars for this challenge, and would make this challenge pretty freaking great, to be honest. So still no 3 stars right there. That was a decent try at 3-star. We got about 90. Oh, actually, we got it done. Such wow. So it's actually a lot easier than it initially seems. 9 stars might seem a bit of a challenge for some people. Other people might think like, oh, I'll just go through this same drift zone like 3 times and easy peasy done. I did maybe about 5 runs on 2 different drift zones, once on this one right here. So going to the next challenge is dominate the opposition in your retro sports car by winning a road racing series event at the Asmore Heritage Circuit. So let's go look at that circuit real quick. So funny enough, right by where we're doing the drift challenge, we have the Asmore Heritage Circuit right there. So for this one, I'm gonna try changing to a different retro sports car and see if we can meet that challenge. This would be confirmation that you can't swap around, so you don't have to retune cars or anything like that. So let's find out if we actually can't do that real quick. All right, we swapped to our Nissan GTR. Let's see if this is gonna count. Oh, sorry guy, bumped into the back of that guy. This guy's bumping me here. Oh, braking too early there. Too soon, Junior. So we finished. Let's find out if this counted. So there it was, to the max. I actually got quite nervous right there because it wasn't popping up, but it seems like you can swap cars as long as it's any retro sports car. So it has to be a retro sports car. You can't do a retro supercar. You can't do a retro muscle or anything. As long as it's a retro sports car, you can swap, which is pretty cool. I really like that you can swap. I wish a lot more challenges did that. Now we have to swap back to a different retro sports car to do the 250,000 skill point challenge. I'm going to swap to a different drift car that still meets the retro sports car criteria and do the same thing that we did for the second challenge, and we should be able to get it really easy that way. Alright, here we are with a Mazda Rx-7. Let's see how we do with this car right here on this drift zone. We already did do this drift zone once, so we're just gonna do it again, rack up some points. So it's the points on top that matter, not so much the ones on the bottom. You don't actually get the points from the bottom, that's only for the drift zone. So pay more attention to the ones on the top. Even if you're not doing that great, as long as you don't lose the points on top, you're gonna get the points for the challenge. Oh, we got a multiplier of 4.5. Actually, it's still going there. Let's see how we did that time. 63,000. Let's do that again. Oh, get that corner. Actually, we can take advantage of this corner as well to rack up more points before we finish our drift. Like I said, you don't have to worry about the points in the drift zone itself. Those don't count. What matters is the points on top. So you can actually go through the drift zone, do a 180 and go at it again if you want to rack up points that way. So right there we got 98,000. Let's do that drift zone again real quick. Oh, good thing we bumped into that guy when we didn't have any points to worry about, because we could have lost our points there. We also get points for wreckage. You get multipliers for wreckage as well, so that's one thing to keep in mind. But if you want to go through the drift zone and just wreck the fences as well, that's one legitimate way to do it, since you do get multipliers that way. Alright, let's move out of the way before we get bumped into and we lose our skill streak. So that should be about 162,000 right there. I thought it was going to be closer to 150,000. So there it is, more than a feeling completed. We weren't sure, we just had to let the skill points rack up. That's one of the things to keep in mind. Sometimes it doesn't pop up right away. There's a lot of cards that need to jump in before you get the challenge completed notification. So there it is. That was more than a feeling, where you get to do a challenge with any retro sports car. I myself did it with the Twerkstallion, the Nissan GTR LM, and an Rx-7. That's all the time we have for this video today. Thank you so much for watching. Again, subscribe if you want to be notified for more content just like this. Like the video if you like what you saw. Leave any questions or comments below. Take care of yourselves and of each other, and as always, have a good one.